Well, once it was deployed, I decided that I wasn't going to really go out anymore to my normal things that I went to, like my Pedro Pan breakfasts or breakfast from my hometown or parties or anything like that, because I felt like I should not be doing that while he was, fighting a war, or he was sleeping on the floor, or he was on missions. I couldn't be enjoying myself knowing that he was doing that. And every day, like, hoping and waiting to hear, hoping and waiting to hear. And I knew he was going to be coming home in March, and he got deployed June 3rd. So I was hoping, I was counting the days and just waiting to be able to talk to him and Skype and to know that he was okay. And, it was hard. I just felt that I personally couldn't enjoy myself. I mean, I just felt like I couldn't go and do the things I was normally. I mean, I would go to work. I went out to dinner with my daughter. We went to the shopping center or something like that. But like to participate, like in like I didn't go to the big Pedro Pan Gala or anything like that, because to me that was not part of life. It wasn't necessary. That was something extra that I did for fun, and I don't think I was in condition to do that. Mentally, I didn't want to do it. I felt like it wasn't the right thing for me to do. In fact, I had planned to go last September to California to go to the Pedro Pan reunion in California. I had it all planned. I was going to stay with my girlfriend, and I told her, no, I'm just not going to do it. And she thought, I should do it, that why not? And I said, I just can't. I just don't have it in me to do that. I said, when he comes home, then it's a different story. And it was just my own personal choice. I'm sure other people make a life and they do things. I couldn't bring myself to it. I don't know.
How did your husband deal with it?
Well, of course, very hard for him too. But being a man, he's more stoic, and they handle it differently. And looked forward to when he was able to see him on Skype and talk to him. And my son, he left here, I would say, a boy, student. And in 3 months, when we saw him, he graduated from boot camp. He was so matured and so serious and so determined, and he looked like a completely different person. His attitude, his manner of eating, addressing people, everything was like a completely different person. And through the whole year that he was in training at different places that they send him to train, I could see he was growing, very proud of himself, of what he had achieved, and what he was learning and what he was doing, and he really likes it. And he's completely different. From being a boy in his room to, next thing I know, getting engaged, getting married, being deployed. Within a year, it was like complete change. Now paying the bills, supporting the house. I mean, it's like completely. It's been very good for him, except for the part where he got injured in Afghanistan. But it's the same, basically he's the same boy that he was. He's more matured, he's sure of himself, he has all this responsibility and he's handling them by himself. No mommy or daddy to come to the rescue. He's the rescuer now. He's the one that you have to be strong. I mean, the army itself is good because, like I said, it makes men out of them, but the thought of going to war, that's not easy, because the chances of losing your child is very much true. I mean, there's no fooling around. When they're at war, every day they go out, you don't know if they're going to be coming back. So it's not for the weak. You have to be strong. You have to be strong and have faith. And once they make up their mind, it's very difficult to change it for them. It's like it gets in their blood, and it's what they want to do. But my advice will be pray a lot. Pray a lot that he'll be safe. He'll be safe.
Did you ever reach out to any group, any support group?
No, I have never had. The only support I've had actually has been, like I said, with my family. And friends, but I've never been, I would do the crying for myself. I've never been one to cry in front of people or anything like that. I'm not strong, but I'm just like I do it my own. I have two faces. You know, I'm the social butterfly. I go to work, I do this, I do that, but inside every day, you know, I worried and I have anxiety and fear and, you know, and I have my moments where I cry, but not to the people, not even to my family. I don't, you know, it's just to myself. Not because I'm strong or anything, I just like keep up my front. My pain is my pain. I mean, I don't like flaunt it, you know. I mean, people know I was worried and people know that I care, but I function every day. My friend says, I don't know how you can do all the things that you do, and it's like, then she would joke and say, because you're a Pedro Pan, you know.
Oh,
But, you know, I don't know. It hasn't been easy. And it's still not easy because now he's injured, even though he's functioning, but, you know, I don't know if it's going to be permanent or what's going to happen. And it's another worry. Started doing therapy now, cognitive therapy, you know, like maybe memory games and things like that. Because physically he's perfect. He does everything he's supposed to do. In fact, if you can't tell by the psychological tests, you were able to tell, you know, but not normal. Since day one that he's been back, he's been active, doing his duty.
how fortunate.
Yeah, and he's getting a promotion. And a week ago, he was just awarded the Purple Heart for his actions in Afghanistan because he did, you know, proceed and told everyone else to stay behind. And he was injured while he was doing his duty. And like he says, you know, I did what I was trained to do, you know, to save life and save myself and save lives. And that's why, you know, I'm proud of what I did because I did the right thing. So that's how he feels. So they just awarded him a week ago with the Purple Heart.
Were you able to go?
No, we were there for during the Christmas break. We were there since December 18th till January 4th, and the moment we came home, they had the celebration. Troops from they all came back now from Afghanistan, so everybody's together again, you know, as a battalion. And now next July, I believe they're going to send him and 3 or 4 other guys to Fort Carson, Colorado, and some other people are going Italy, and some other people are going different places. So everybody's going to be split. So everybody's going to different places. He is in the Wounded Warriors program in Fort Knox, Kentucky. But he, you know, he's not hospitalized. He lives at home. He gets up every morning at 5:30 in the morning. He goes to do physical training, whether it snows or doesn't snow. He does his duty, his job. Sometimes he pulls 24-hour duties, 26-hour duty. And he's doing it what normal soldiers do. He's going to re-enlist at least for another 3 years. I don't know exactly what he's going to be able to do now. I don't know if hopefully there won't be any more wars and he won't have to be deployed again. So, I don't know. So, yeah, the deployment was always hanging in there. You know, I was always hoping that it didn't come to fruition, but it did.
Right.
And it was very hard, because, you know, like nothing you can do.